A very warm welcome to all of you to Self-Selection Board, a one step towards uniform. My name is Shubham Varshney. Today we are going to talk about AFCAT 120 preparation plan of last 15 days. You are right now sitting on a time bomb. And if you do not use this 15 days very well, this bomb surely going to blast. So these 15 days are most crucial and totally make your selection. How? Let me tell you. Up to today, whatever you studied is good. Whether you do not, it's also good. No problem in that. But what you're going to study next 15 days will going to retain in your brain up to the exam day. It means better to study wisely rather than stupidly. और टू स्टडी जस्ट इमोशनली कि यार ये भी एग्जाम में आता है, ये भी एग्जाम में आता है, ये भी एग्जाम में आता है, ये भी कर लूं, ये भी कर लूं, ये भी कर लूं. So that will not work. You're right now on a reverse countdown. Use it very wisely. Okay, so firstly, I like to give one caution to all those who are the viewers. I don't want to waste your time. This video is strictly for those whose CDS didn't went well or it just went miserably, very honestly. Okay, and whose preparation is very poor, but they are desperate to get uniform because their Josh is extremely high to get the uniform. Now, before using this 15 days, we have to remove a mental block. If there's a mental block will be there, you cannot able to use this 15 days. So the most people who fail in the written exam are those who do not have past academic achievement. That's a big problem because in their mind it always says कि यार यूनिफॉर्म तो चाहिए बट academics poor है. और यही चीज जो उनके दिमाग में चलती रहती है एक पेंडुलम की तरफ बार बार चलती रहती है, बार बार आती ही रहती है, वो इन्हें ब्लॉक करती है. दिस इज द ओनली रीजन दे गेट ब्लॉक बाय द अचीवमेंट ऑफ written qualified. Let me break the mental block. There's nothing called born genius. No topper is a born genius. No recommended candidate is a born genius. There's nothing called prodigy. There's nothing called born genius. These are the media words to get TRP. I like to say this is our TRP coins. ये TRP coins हैं. इनसे उनका रोजगार अच्छा चलता है. Because why? Why I'm saying this? Because we all like superheroes. And these things like you are the born genius क्विक फिक्स द प्रॉब्लम. ये बहुत आसानी से जो आपकी लाइफ की प्रॉब्लम है बहुत फिक्स कर दे. सपोज यू आर बोर्न जीनियस, you always top in science, you always have a good grades, so it is normal directly proportion कि आपका written exam भी clear हो जाएगा. बड़ा आसान है. Suppose you are good in sports and everything, so it will also give you an ace in recommendation and you will also get recommended in your first attempt. So this born genius word is a myth. Remove from your head. Why I'm saying this? Listen to this mental block. If you do not remove this mental block, you will not able to use 15 days very wisely. This is a scooty. A boy also ride it, girl also ride it, old man also ride it, your father also ride it. But what is the difference? Is the way you treat it. Some of the girls also apply brake by using their legs. I do not know what is the logic behind it. Old men always ride the scooty very slow. Similar cases with your father. The boys always has a problem that their headlight remain on. Many of the girls also has a problem. They never use turn light while taking a turn. Why? Because their brain do not say to do it. And that's how it is your life is. Your whole life run how you handle your brain. It's just like a scooty. There's nothing much difference in that. If you are positive, you are on right track. If you're ready to change your mental blocks and ready to accept that what is the truth of the life, you will excel. This is a short strategy. So you have to remain in your head that there's nothing called born genius. Their attitude towards the life give the right direction and they finally achieve to the success. Now, if you do not remove this mental block, it will always create a wall in front of you. You have to admit it. So remove this mental block. Whenever it come your head कि यार मेरे से नहीं होगा, just ask yourself क्या ये mental block नहीं है कि आप पास academics में फेल हुए थे या आपकी कोई ऐसा बड़ा achievement नहीं है academics में, इस वजह से आपका मोरल डाउन हो रहा है. इस बात को याद दिलाते रहना. इसको रिमूव करने का सिर्फ एक ही तरीका है. जस्ट रिमाइंड योरसेल्फ एज मेनी टाइम एज यू कैन. इट विल बिकम वीकर, मोर वीकर. नाउ मैं आपको एक बात बता रहा हूँ. ये जो टीआरपी वाली बात मैंने आपको बताई थी ना, बॉर्न जीनियस वाली, ये सेलिंग ऑफ आइडिया होता है. सोच के देखिए, पानी पहले करोड़ों साल तो फ्री बह रहा था. मींस इट वाज रनिंग लाइक फ्री फॉर मिलियंस ऑफ years. But a company came, he told what you're drinking is not a good water. What we are selling you is a good water. So better you drink what we are selling, and they start putting price of rupees 20, 15 and 30 rupees on that. The one way to correct your life is to correct by yourself. You have to wash your dirty life, your old mental blocks by yourself. There's no other ways. निर्मा से सफेदी आती होगी कपड़ों के लिए, बट खुद के लिए आपको काम खुद ही करना पड़ेगा. Now let's move a little forward. Now you are clear that you have to use your brain. You have to handle your brain correctly to achieve your dream. Now we are going to talk about the part 2. What to read in this short period of time. See, there are the certain questions which are sure to come in the exam. Okay, and these marks also help you in getting merit in. How I am also going to tell you about it. So we already talked about the mindset. So let's go with the first point of certain questions which are going to come. So you always have to have a clear mindset that you have to work with 20-80 rule. What 20-80 rule says? Put your 20% effort in those things which bring 80% result. Don't put your 80% effort in those things which bring only 20% result. So उतना काम करो जो 80% result लाए. उतने काम की जरूरत नहीं है जो खाली 20% result लेकर आए. Now you have to create one mindset also that AFCAT is more easier than CDS. Why? Because there is no section cutoff. In CDS there is a section cutoff for GS, Maths and English. Look at this. So this is the screenshot of Combined Defense Service Examination 2018 publication cutoff marks. So in that it is clearly said that you need to get 20% marks in each paper. Means in English, Maths, GS you at least have 20%, but it is not the case of AFCAT, and that's why it is more easier to qualify. And the second reason that it is more easier is because one question has 3 marks and the negative marking is of only 1 mark. That's why it is more easier. Now you have to use it very wisely. Now, if I'm saying it's most easiest exam as compared to serious, then why many of the people do not qualify it? Because they do excessive negative marking. As I said you, there is 3 marks is allocated to you for the correct answer. But many people have the clear mindset कि भाई अगर ज्यादा गलती कर भी दे तो कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता, मार्क्स तो आ ही जाएंगे, और उसी चक्कर में उनकी जो मार्क्स होते हैं बहुत लो रह जाते हैं. सो आपको वाइजली टिक करना होगा. अब जरा आगे बढ़ते हैं. So you need to understand one thing. In AFCAT paper, there are 4 sections: Maths, English, Reasoning, and General Studies. In Maths, 18 questions come. In English, 25, Reasoning 32, and General Studies 25. But if you just give a total of all the 4 sections, it comes 300 marks. But I am going to give you a fight bet only 225 marks. How? I am going to leave general studies majority of the portion, and I am only going to deal with 1/4 portion of general studies. That's why I'm saying I'm only giving you a fight with 225 marks. That's enough to get qualified for written. So let me explain a little deeper. So if I just say in maths, if you done correct 18 question, you will get 54 marks. In English, if you did correct 25 question, you will get 75. And reasoning 32, you have did correct, you will get 96 marks. So total will come up to 25. So none of you are a topper. You're just an average, below average guy or girl. So that's for 100% sure that you cannot do 18 out of 18 questions. You probably max to max going to do 15 questions. In English, I'm just assuming 25 questions come, you're going to be able to do only 20. In reasoning, 32 questions come, I'm assuming you're only going to do 27 questions. In general studies, out of 20, you will only going to 8 questions. In that 6 question, I'm going to tell you what are going to come for sure. And 22, I'm believing that from the past knowledge from your education up to class 12, up to your graduation, you have learned something about history, geography, physics, chemistry. So max to max 2 question you can do by your own, by your past knowledge. So let's calculate that how many questions you are going to complete. So 15, 20, 27 and 8. So total 70 question you're going to do. If you just multiply 70 by 3, then you're going to do 210 marks paper for sure. 210 marks का आप पेपर करके आओगे पूरा का पूरा. अब मैं तुक्के में मान लेता हूं, चलो एवरेज इंसान हो ना आप, तो गलती भी करोगे. So I'm just saying that you have attempted 70 question, and that 70 question contain 210 marks if you do not do any negative marking. But you will do negative marking for sure because you're an average guy and girl. So suppose hypothetically max to max you have done 15 wrong questions. That means 15 marks, because 1 marks is there for negative marking for each question. So 70 minus 15 is 55 questions. So you have corrected 55 questions. Okay. Now 55 questions into 3, if you multiply it, is 165 marks. Now if you reduce the negative marking from it, it will be 150 marks. Now just see this. It is from 2014 to 2019 AFCAT written marks. So you can see that 99% cases that you will surely going to get qualify for written. See, only 2 cases are there, like 150 over here, 3 cases. That score is going above than 150. So that's why I said you कि जानबूझ के नेगेटिव मार्किंग मत करना, तुक्के मत मारना, until unless आप 75% श्योर ना हो किसी आंसर पे, तब तक तुक्के मत मारना. Do not put tukka. Do not go with your just instinct कि A will be right, B will be right. No. Get confident at least 75% or at least 55%, then only put the cup, because negative marking can sink you down. AFCAT is too easy to qualify. Now let's move forward to the right strategy, how to get 180 plus marks. Now let's start with the first thing, that is general studies. We have to understand that certain question is going to be come from current affair, defense statistics and biology, and these 3 sections are very small as compared to physics, chemistry, history, geography, polity and economy. They are too vast, they cannot be completed in 15 days at any cost. But these 3 will account almost 6 questions in AFCAT exam. Means 25 questions are coming. If I just divide by 4, it will around 6 questions, and that will going to work. And for sure, whatever you're going to read in these 15 days will come up in exam. Now let's move little forward. So in general studies, 25 questions are going to come. Now see how we are going to fight. So in current affairs, lot of things comes. International summits, location, themes, survey conducted, schemes, app, website, election, international organization, awards, honor, book, author, person, news, national disaster, defense, and all that. You don't have to do everything. You have to going to do only these 4 things: defense, current affairs, sports, awards, and defense statics. Means where is the headquarter of Southern Command of Indian Army, that is in Pune. So that question will come up. Now, first you have to understand that if you want to qualify the exam, you have to practice with interface. The interface means environment. You are going to give an online exam by sitting in front of a PC. It's not going to be offline. So you have to make a habit of it. Now for that, first thing is you have to start using India Bix, and by using India Bix we are going to prepare these 4 topics: defense current affair, sports, award and defense statics. Now I have given a link in a description box of defense statics and defense current affair. Okay, the both are same. There are around 73 questions are there, and they are up to date up to December 2019. So you will get everything in this 73 question you have done. You will do amazing. Okay, one more thing. Why I'm emphasizing on MCQ? Why I'm not giving you complete PDF? भाई पढ़ लो इसे और जाओ दियो exam. Because you are an average student. An average student learn things very clearly either in a story form और इन MCQ. बिकॉज जब वो MCQ पढ़ते हैं ना, तो उनके दिमाग में क्या आता है, भाई ऐसा ही कुछ क्वेश्चन आएगा, तो उनका दिमाग अटेंटिवली देखता है. लेट मी टेल यू वन थिंग. लेट्स सी दिस वन एग्जांपल. Which country has successfully test fired a Bulwawa intercontinental blasting missile from its nuclear power submarine? Now question is framed, and it is in the same manner that how examiner is going to be asked. Now you have all the 3 options, I mean all the 4 options which can be possible. Now your brain will work more attentively. Therefore, must do MCQ from India Bix. I am providing a link in a description box, and that will be more than sufficient. Okay, so we have talked about defense current affairs and defense statics. Okay, now let's move little forward. So we are going to talk about sports, honors and award. Remember, they are the 4 topics are there. Awards, sports, we have already talked about defense current affair and defense statics. Okay, so over here I also provide the link in description box of honors and awards in sports, which you have to practice from India Bix. Whatever you're going to practice, practice with a time limit. If you're not practicing with a time limit, you will overdo your work. Means आज की तारीख में जो काम होना था वो कल के लिए डिपेंडेंट हो जाएगा, जो कल के लिए होना है वो परसों के लिए हो जाएगा. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए. Are you getting my point? Now let's move to the third topic, that is biology NCRT. In biology, you have to read blood disease, human system, hormone, heart, digestive system, vitamins, and cell organisms, not botany. How plant photosynthesis and all that do not come, or plant hormone that do not come in AFCAT, that only come in CDS. Okay, for that I have a playlist, complete playlist. Watch that. Remember, you do not have to watch this part of botany part in this playlist. Okay, that's all about the biology and I have complete everything and it will शायद ही रेयरली कुछ ऐसा होगा जो बाहर से आ जाए, मेरे हिसाब से नहीं आना चाहिए. Now let's move little forward. So AFCAT has no section cutoff as I already told you. We have already done with, okay, there's one mistake, there's 18 over here and this is 25 over here. Okay, so we already done with the general studies. Let's move little forward to our part of maths. So in maths 18 question come up. How we are going to deal with it? See, these topic are of only one day. Means time work आप करें एक दिन में खत्म हो सकता है, रेशियो प्रोपोर्शन भी एक दिन में खत्म हो सकता है, डेसिमल भी हो सकता है. बट कोई ऐसे टॉपिक पे टाइम बर्बाद मत करना. मतलब फॉर एग्जांपल मैं कहूँ डेसिमल फ्रैक्शन आपको समझ में नहीं आ रहा है, ठीक है, तो डेसिमल फ्रैक्शन में पूरा समय बर्बाद कर दिया, 2 दिन इसी में बर्बाद कर दिए. नो, अगर आपको एक बार में समझ में आ रहा है तो समझो, नहीं आ रहा तो लीव कर दो. यू डोंट हैव टू बिकम अ स्कॉलर इन एनीथिंग. आपने 18 में से ना, मैं कहूँ, कहाँ गया मैथ्स, हाँ 18 में से मैंने आपको 15 भी कर दी. यू हैव जस्ट डन ओनली 15 क्वेश्चन आउट ऑफ 18. More than sufficient. Even you have done 10 out of 18, it is more than sufficient because I am taking 6 questions from here. That will give you an average. Okay, so just keep counting. I am saying 6 questions from GS, 10 questions from maths. Okay, now let's move a little forward. So how are you going to practice maths? Again, you have to perform with the interface of online, that is IndiaBix. Go there and practice it. That's the most easiest form it is. Now let's come to the part of English. Now English, how many questions comes? That is 25. 25 questions comes. Now out of 25, you can easily do 20. Very sure. Why I'm saying? Because error detection is possible that you can't do. Let me give you very important advice. That is, if you know the answer correctly in error detection, do it. If you do not know, skip it, because that will give you a negative marking of 1 marks. Remember, to qualify AFCAT is easy if you do not do any negative marking. Every person has that aptitude level to clear AFCAT. Only condition is do not do negative marking. Okay, one more thing. How to deal with the English paper. I'm not going to tell you how to study English, because English cannot be a subject which can be studied in 15 days. You cannot ace in English in 15 days. It is your all the knowledge you have from your school, your college, that you're going to apply over here. So first you have to do comprehension. Okay, initially starting of the paper, do not do math, do not do anything, just first do comprehension, then go to synonym and antonyms, then go to the maths part, then come back and start doing the part of sentence completion. Why I'm saying this? Your brain work in the form of wave. What I mean to say, when you give your initial work with the hardest thing to do, it gives its complete attention. But because it is hard, it take lot of your energy and drain your brain. Means सारी energy खत्म हो जाती है. Now you at a low energy pace. Now you need something which do not take your brain energy, and that is again synonym antonyms is there, or idioms of phrases there, or sentence completion is there. Okay, do not do error detection when your brain is tired. Make in your mind that कि मेरे को तब नहीं करना है error detection जब मेरा दिमाग थका हुआ हो, तब करना है जब मेरा दिमाग खाली हो. और same with the comprehension. I suggest you start with the comprehension, then go to the sentence completion, then come back and do error detection. It will work as a waveform. Your mind will get lighter, and same will go with the maths. In the maths case, if you find something easy like those topic, let me give an example of the topics. For example, the topic of over here time and work is very easy. A very simple questions come: A done a work in certain days, B done a work in certain days, then how many days they took together to complete a certain work. So that's a very easy question. Or whatever topic you find extremely easy, do that topic later. First do harder topic. Okay, then come back to the waveform again कि पहले harder, फिर आसान, फिर harder, and continue this waveform entire exam and you will feel energized every time when you are performing the paper. Now let's move little forward. So one thing you have to make in your mind very clear, that you do not have to study parajumble. What are parajumble or parajumble sentences? See, these are the questions which come in CDs basically. कि छोटे छोटे phrases हैं उनको आगे पीछे लिख दिया and find the complete right sentences. Okay, so that's how you find. Or parajumble of paragraph is like this. You do not have to practice this because they it do not come in AFCAT exam. You have to make sure about it. These topics which I just listed over here are the topics which are going to come in exam. Let's move a little forward. Do not waste your time in memorizing synonym and antonyms from any place in last 15 days. Why I'm saying this? Because it's going to consume your time and it's not going to give a very fruitful result. Rather than, I suggest you do idiom and phrases. From where? From Study IQ. And I have provided a link in description box. See, whatever they teach in the Study IQ idiom phrases case, they all are in the story form. Don't get confused. They have written SSC, CGN and CHSL. Doesn't matter what they have written over. It is strictly applied to your FCAT also. So don't worry, download this playlist and watch it, but make sure you do not watch online, because if you watch online you will waste more time. You do not have to waste time on YouTube, Instagram or Facebook or somewhere else. So we have talked about the English. So I like to suggest one thing over here to improve your English, that is reading. I'm not saying to read anything. Read this book, Hyper Focus. That is amazing. This book is written for average and below average students. Why I'm saying it? This book reveal how a student who always ace an exam do work. And while in your 15 days it will work like a healer, because every day you're going to do some mistake or you are not able to achieve target you have set for the day. So this book will always guide you what to do, what not to do in those 15 days. And always make sure that you read one chapter in less than 1.5 hours. It will improve your reading skill. Plus, if you do not know, suppose I'll give you an example, a comprehension come and you do not know the meaning of a word in the para. Suppose 4 to 5 words come which you do not know the meaning. Suppose you will sure, if you do not have a habit of reading a book, for sure that comprehension you will lose. You will not able to score marks in that. So while reading the books you will come to know that while I do not have a knowledge of certain words or certain vocabulary, how to get the knowledge out of it. That's why I'm saying read it. I have provided the link in the description box. आगे चलते हैं. Now let's move a little forward. So we have talked about maths, we have talked about English, we have talked about general studies. Now we are moving to last part, that is reasoning. So in the reasoning, six topic comes. What are the analogy? From where the five question come. Dot figure, from where five questions come. Again, picture completion, from where five question come. Odd when out, five question will come. Venn diagram, five question will come. And odd figure and figure series, seven question will come. So I have listed all these topic in India Bix. Okay, and these topics are over here rectangle I have made already over here. Okay, and the one topic is not in this list but still from the India Bix, that is Venn diagram. And I am hypothetically believing that you didn't have practice of reasoning, and that's really good now, because India Bix has a facility over here that suppose you do not get the answer of a question, he will explain you and give you the right answer also. That's the best part of India Bix. So suppose you didn't study the RS Sawal, that's good. Do not waste your time over that, because that's an offline. You have to come with the interface. You have to gel up with the environment. You are going to be in a online exam. So exam in February. I have told you about maths, English, reasoning, general studies, how to study and what are the material for it. But you have a still a question. Yeah, I didn't study ancient, I just study medieval, I didn't study culture, world, geography, world नहीं पढ़ा, physics नहीं पढ़ा, ये सारे topic नहीं पढ़े मैंने, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता, because you have to stick on this one methodology. 20% work which will bring out 80% result. That's extremely important. So still you have any question for me, just put hashtag Varshney under the comment section and tell me your question, and I'm surely going to reply you. Or you can directly come to my Insta ID. Over there you can search me by self selection board and just drop me your DM, and I will surely going to reply you. I take your leave. Jai Hind, take care. Bye bye. मैं उनको रोज सोचता हूँ, मैं उनको रोज सोचता हूँ,
वो है